Hello everyone, I'm here with Daniel Wellman and we're going to talk about his cross-country career and a couple of the races he's competed in outside of cross-country, and we're going to talk about some of the tips that he has to run better.
Alright, so what's the first question?
So the first question is going to be, how did you get your start running in cross-country and running 5Ks in general?
So I've pretty much been running for most of my life. I've always had friends that ran and did sports. I did baseball, football, all through like middle school and everything. So then once high school got started, I had to pick something, and I went with track. And track cross country are different seasons. So I had buddies that did both, and they just kind of drug me along. So I just wasn't sure if I'd enjoy it, but I ended up really enjoying it and just kind of stuck with it all the years.
Okay, that's really interesting. So how many friends do you think you had in there, and did you guys kind of push each other? And did that create like a leadership type role, maybe?
Oh, yeah, pushing each other was, that was like a big focus of cross country versus, cross country and track versus all the other sports I did. I think people pushed each other more than I've ever seen. So
Okay.
I had probably 10, 15 friends in each of the sports. So,
Okay.
I mean, there was quite a few of us, and we all ran pretty close together, so.
Did that help you take a leadership role, and then did that carry over into your career right now?
Yeah. So I was one of the captains for the cross-country team, and then I was like one of the co-captains for track, so most of us like got along pretty well.
Okay. So how many races do you think you've ran?
I ran at least 55Ks.
Okay.
If you count all of the ones from cross country and random ones outside of there.
Yeah. Okay. And then you recently competed in a marathon, so I know you have a medal. I don't know, how did you get this medal? And then let's just show everyone what it looks like.
So this medal, just for size scale, it's pretty big. It's for the Air Force Marathon. That was at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base over in Ohio, and they had tens of thousands of runners there, so it's a big deal. But as long as you got within the time threshold of the marathon cutoff, which was about 7 hours, that you would get a medal. Because outside of that, you were disqualified. So, so I came in under for my first one, so I medaled. Which was pretty awesome.
Is there another marathon that you like to do in the future, or anything that any other races you're interested in?
I mean, if I ever got to the level where I could even touch Boston qualifying time, I would love to. But it's rough. It's close to 3 hours, which is a really low time. But if not then I think, I don't know. I'd like to do one in most states. I feel like if I could do one in most of the states, that would be pretty awesome. But we'll see. Okay.
And then, so what's your training differences between training for cross country, so a 5K, versus a marathon?
Endurance. So for 5Ks, you can generally get away with like your highest distance, maybe being like 5-6 miles. Some people push it even further. We did, but marathons, you got to train at least half the distance. So you're looking minimum like 13 miles or so, but you're probably going to train at least at 15 or 16, and some people take it further than that. So you're looking triple the distance, if not more.
Okay. And then what's the difference in the equipment that you use, like the shoes?
So like if you see like a normal running shoe, the soles on these generally pretty flat, but like these are the shoes that I ran my marathon in, and they've got extremely thick soles. They almost rock like back and forth, which I never seen a shoe do before, but just a lot more stability for your arch so you don't injure yourself.
Okay. So what's your plan for your next race? Is it going to be a 5K, maybe a turkey trot in?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna tone it down. I'm not gonna do a marathon for a little while, because it's a lot of stress on your legs. So I do want to try to like do a turkey trot type. If I get invited to do something, I'll do a 5K or a 10K around here.
Okay, nice. And do you think that running helps you kind of experience nature a little more? Like, if you run a marathon or run any race in DC, really, do you think that kind of helps you experience DC in a different way?
Yeah, I think if I do one in DC, it'll just be cool because they'll take you places that maybe you don't get to go because there's so much traffic. Usually they'll shut down areas of the streets so you can run. Or if you go out, you may get taken out to the woods. That was always my favorite races, were on trails.
All right, and I just want to thank Daniel for coming out and talking to us, and I had a lot of fun. I hope he did too. Thank you.